A lot of people, I don't think in an early age, they don't really know what they want. They just don't. And so they just do what feels good to them. You know, but in 20 years they wake up and like, well, why am I not here? Well, it's because 20 years ago you didn't know really what you wanted, and you didn't push towards that. You just made decisions every day based on what felt good, what looked good, what your friends were doing, and you didn't pay attention to what it is that you wanted because you didn't spend enough time in thought, and you didn't spend enough time self-developing.
Yeah.
That's just what it comes down to.
I feel a lot of people make decisions based on their circumstances and they think they're stuck. You know what I mean?
Right, and you're not. And it's like that one book I think I mentioned to you before. I just sent it to someone I met yesterday, and it's one of my top 3 books. It is Be Your Future Self. And once you understand what your future self want your future self to be, it will open your eyes to things that you need to be doing. The decisions you make will be based on your future self. Whereas if you don't know what your future is, then you're going to make decisions based on your present or your past, and both of those are wrong. They're not going to get you to the ultimate life that you want. It's just not.
Yeah.
You know? But see, a lot of people, when they don't know you, they think you came from stuff or whatever and you got the nice stuff. But what they don't realize is, like, I slept in cars a lot because we didn't have a place to go. And that's why I've been able to work and get what I have. It's because I worked for it. No one gave me anything. You know, and that's why I know it can be done, because no one in my family has any money. You know, except for my cousin I mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought growing up. You know, I watched shows like, you see these people and you just think they're special. You don't realize that it's just like consistent hard work.
And grit, and like no, you know, backs against the wall, and they understand what they're wanting, you know. And that's, you see the super successful people, they really know what they're wanting, and they're not willing to do anything that doesn't take them towards that purpose.
Yeah.
Because anything outside of what you're trying to accomplish is a distraction. Period. Like, if it's not taking you to where you want to go, it's a distraction.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is, it's a distraction. And you choose which way you want to be at that moment in time.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, dude. There's distraction everywhere.
Dude, that's
marketing, politics, circumstances, news, events. It's all distracting you from what really matters.
And it's hard. It's hard for me because I'm self-developing every day, and I see, and like here, it's like sometimes you feel like a ping pong machine.
Yeah.
And it's like I told Allie, it's like, hey, I'm motivated enough. I need execution right now. You can get motivated too much or self-develop too much to where that's all you're doing and you're never executing.
Yeah.
Right? And I've been in that. I think I might even be in that a little bit now. But it's like now it's like, okay, I know what I need to do. So all we need to do for the rest of this year is go do that. And then we'll look at the end of the year and we'll decide on the next places we're going. Like, we're already going to Mexico twice. You know, we've already got that plan. Okay, let's just focus on what we're doing, and we're going to be close to the group that we moved here for. And don't let any other shiny star come in your way to get you off track of what we're trying to do. Because right now we need to focus. Like, I need to focus with you. I need to get more content out. I need to get better at doing content at the house by myself. I need to be giving you so much content to where you like, dude, I don't even know if I'm coming over because I got so much to do. Like, that's the level I want to get to. You know what I mean? So I want to get serious around that. And I want to wake up thinking about that every day. You know, and then, you know, getting prepared for hopefully the calls I start having. But if you keep doing all the other stuff and going to all the events, I mean, at some point it's like, okay, how many events do I go to before that becomes a distraction?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's true.
Amazing point, yeah.
And I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, okay, maybe I should just execute right now. For the next, what do we got, another 7 months in the year?
Yeah.
For the next 7 months, let's execute. Like, we kind of know what we need to do. We know the people who are around that can help us. Let's get better at content, more content out. Let's get YouTube going consistently, right? Let's get the courses built. Let's do that and not focus on anything else so it can happen quicker.
Yeah.
Right? And then we can do it, and then we can say, oh, it doesn't work, now I can change it, right? But we need to the faster we get there and the faster we figure out the mistakes we made, the faster we can tweak them and get to the result that we're trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
Such
what
a
we're
good
going to
point.
try to do going forward is like, man, you know, hey, we're going to do 3 events that we're going to invest in to be around certain people, but like we can't do every one of them.
Yeah. Nor should you.
Right? So I don't have a problem investing in myself and doing all that. Like I'm spending, I don't even want to know how much money and all the things that I'm doing to try to be around the right people and self-develop, but I know it's the right thing to do. That I do know.
But you're also right. There's got to be a certain level of action to go with all of that knowledge
Right.
and networking.
That's right, yeah. And we're there. I feel like, okay, like we got the one planned in June, and then what, you know, going with them, you know, their trip, like that's different, right? We're just basically paying for a hotel to be there. And think about all the information I'm going to get from being there a week.
Mm-hmm.
Being around this team and everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's so much invaluable.
Exactly.
Like, so I'm going to take advantage of those opportunities because it's not going to cost me much. We're going to drive down. We got a house, I think it was $2,500 for the week, so it's not terrible. It's not ridiculous. I wasn't laughing and having a good time as a kid. I was sleeping with one eye open. That's a fact. That's true.
Yeah.
My mom used to come by and sleep on the couch. A lot of times we would leave in the middle of the night to get away from my dad because he'd be on one of his things. And I would sleep on the couch, and she'd be like, Jason, we're going to leave in like 2 hours. And like, I'd be sleeping like this as a kid and having to go to school the next day. Like, think of that. And I'd go to school like 2 hours sleep and then wonder why I didn't have friends and I was like an introvert. It's like,
Shoot, man.
you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
but that happens so often because he would get on, you know, the drugs. And I don't know if you've ever been around anybody on drugs, but
Oh, I have.
you know, he would be peeping out the peephole and cussing someone out that wasn't there and like freaking me out as a kid. Like,
That's crazy.
I watched him almost stab himself with a knife this long in the kitchen. Like he's sitting there, like literally in front of me. You see that as a kid and you're like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
when
but,
you think back of it now,
but you don't know what's normal. You know?
it's normal. Like, and then like the time that he did that, we scooted out of the house and then you'd always be worried, like, is he going to catch us? You're trying to sneak out your door and hoping he doesn't hear you. And you're getting in the car. Like one time he heard us and my mom's like going down the street and he's chasing us and he's naked, butt naked at like 3 a.m. in the morning, down the street, running after the... Dude, it's like, I mean, I've seen him come down the chimney, like the craziest stuff you've ever seen.
Down the chimney.
Down the chimney. He thought someone was in the chimney. And he went in the chimney. Come out black.
Bro, people aren't going to think this is real, man. Like, Jason, quit telling stories. It's like, no, this is the life I live. Be
Oh
grateful
my
for what you have right
gosh.
now.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
When you think back, it's crazy. Like that's what I remember my childhood. I never remember having a dinner at the table. Not one. Ever. Never, you're doing a good job. Never, thank you. Nothing. Ever. Not one time. Never heard him say anything to my mom like that. My mom did, but he didn't. Like, isn't that crazy?
That's crazy, man.
And that's why I'm so like obsessed with my kids.
Yeah.
And wanting to do right by them and show them affection and do all those things because I didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, well, you can't do that for them. Like, they'll turn out like you. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, but at the same time, they're not going to have that hardened eye of the tiger attack mode. Like, they're not going to understand what I had to go through. All they're going to know is like what we're living is the norm. A nice house, a nice car. We don't never not fill up the tank unless I'm in a hurry. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're never going to like not have our power bill paid. Like, ever. I'm not saying we won't ever struggle, but we would never struggle like that. I just won't let it happen. You know, so they'll never experience it, nor do I want them to. Like, it's it's not good.
I think you could still raise really good kids though, with core values, and having had the experiences you have, you could still strengthen them for this world without having to put them through that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Because regardless, they're going to experience some sort of suffering that's going to help them.
That's
but
right.
at least you
yeah.
can put perimeters around it to make sure it's not life-threatening.